Hello, everyone! Today, we are going to be making some delicious rocks? Don't worry, we won't be eating real rocks. Instead, we are going to make a scientific model of rocks. A scientific model is a simple representation of a concept that may be difficult to understand. For example, you may have seen a scientific model of the solar system using styrofoam balls. We are going to use the following ingredients for our yummy model. 1 bag of chocolate chips, 1 bag of mini marshmallows, 1 stick of butter, 1 box of Rice Krispie cereal, and 1 bag of your favorite candy. I happen to love M&Ms, so that's what I chose. Once our hands are washed, we're ready to cook up some rocks. First, we need to melt our marshmallows. The recipe calls for 3 cups, so let's put 1, 2, 3 cups of marshmallows into a large bowl. Then, melt them in the microwave for 30 seconds. You may see the marshmallows puff up. This happens because the heat makes the water molecules in the marshmallow move so fast that the water turns into a gas, puffing up the marshmallows like a balloon. When a liquid turns into a gas, we call it evaporation. After 30 seconds, put on some oven mitts and take the bowl out of the microwave. Be careful, it may be hot. Stir the marshmallows up. If the marshmallows aren't melted yet, repeat this step again until the marshmallows form a smooth mixture, like this. Next, we're going to make some Rice Krispie treats. Pour 3 cups of the Rice Krispie cereal into the bowl of marshmallow fluff that you just made and stir it up with a spoon. Now is when things might get a little messy. Take out an 8 by 8 inch pan and rub it with butter. This will keep our pan from getting too sticky. Next, we need to scoop half of the rice treats into the pan. Squish the treats down into the pan with a spoon or your hands. If your hands get sticky, try putting some butter on them. And with that, our first rock layer is done. Our next layer is going to be made of delicious chocolate chips. Sprinkle them on top of the rice treats so that you get an even layer. Our third layer will be made of Rice Krispie treats. Let's take the second half of the mixture in our bowl and press it down into our pan. We are officially up to our last layer. Let's sprinkle on our candy. And that's it, we're done! Okay, time to tear off a piece and take a closer look at our model. There are 3 types of rocks: sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous. What type of rock do you think we just made? This is a sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rocks form very clear layers. We have 2 Rice Krispie layers, a chocolate chip layer, and a colorful candy layer. In sedimentary rocks, these layers would be made of things like dirt, dead plant material, sand, or crushed pebbles. For example, the Grand Canyon has sedimentary rock, and you can tell because you can see all of the layers. What happens if you stick your thumb in our little treat here? Well, you just made a trace fossil. These can form when an animal, like a dinosaur, presses into mud or sand that later hardens into sedimentary rock. For our next type of rock, let's see what would happen if we squished this treat down really hard. Can you still see the layers? It's a bit harder to see them clearly, right? This is a metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rocks are formed when a rock is put under very high pressure or heat. Marble is an example of metamorphic rock. Finally, we have our third type of rock, an igneous rock. Let's put our treat in the microwave for 15 seconds. Oh no, the chocolate melted! Alright, let's put it in the freezer now for 15 minutes so the chocolate can get hard again. Okay, so I just took my treat out of the freezer, but the chocolate layer doesn't look the same as it did before. Instead of being tiny chocolate chips, the chocolate formed into one big solid glob. Igneous rocks are formed in the same way. Inside the earth, it is very hot and the rocks get melted. When a volcano erupts, the lava that comes out is like a hot soup made of rocks. After it cools, it doesn't look like rock pieces anymore. Instead, it becomes one big, shiny, smooth blob, just like our chocolate did. Great job! You made a scientific model for sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous rocks.